Hello, thank you for tuning into Glue Factory. This week we're joined by Liam Withnail and Rosco McClelland.
Aye.
Also, we have a Patreon. If you want the second half of this episode, it's on Patreon. It's £5 a month, and you can more of this. We talk about suits and the Viet Cong, lots of stuff. So yeah, tune in for that. Go and see Liam and Rosco on tour. Follow them online. Enjoy the app.
You're a man of the sewer, though. I mean, a former plumber and just a general sort of rodent boy.
I love getting underground. That's when I go to London and get on the tube, I'm like, fuck, I'm like a mole. This is so cool. I love it.
It's very, when I moved here, when we all moved here, we were very surprised to discover that here orange is the color of pro-UK, and in South Africa it's the color of anti-UK. Wow. For the same reason, the same Dutch really? Orange.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same orange.
Where me and Liam are from, it's just the colour people are.
It's the colour of Essex.
Let's get this rolling, man. Good stuff.
The Northern Irish Essex supporters in their fake tan going on a little march.
I saw two people on the mile wearing like the fucking mural or whatever on their t-shirts or something, and I did wonder what was going on.
Oh
yeah, what a King Billy on his horse. Fucking hell, man. People are really into that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it does feel. I went to, when I was in Belfast, I went to the Shankill Road, and it was so much more the Shankill Road than even I could have possibly hoped
crazy,
it would be.
I was there when they were setting up the bonfires, and they had the huge pallets. Oh, we're recording.
Yeah.
I thought we were just chatting.
This is how we get.
No, we just want to get you caught up in some sectarian violence as early as possible into the recording.
I was there recently. I was in Belfast, and it was the day. You'll know the date, Roscoe, where that they were putting all the bonfires up.
Oh yeah, it's a great
July 19th,
12th.
12th, okay. I was a week late.
12th. It's in your
July 19th is when American slavery ended, I think. It might be why that's stuck in your head.
Juneteenth.
Oh, is it June? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And they had all the massive, like, they do a big thing where they try and build the biggest, like, bonfire out of old wooden crates. And, interestingly, lots of Israeli flags up as well, which I thought was make a spicy combination.
Yeah, that I find really funny, the way they're just like, what do the people I hate also hate? I will associate myself with that.
Use everything.
So cool.
Use everything. Use everything as a mirror for whatever you're up to.
Yeah.
I would like to see. I used to have a bit where I'd say, I just want there to be a rivalry in the UK that for once is geographically distinct. Like I want Durham's main rival to be Cornwall. You know, like people they've definitely never even had to rub against each other because it's always neighbours.
Guys with flags with a big pasty that's crossed out.
Do you know, I saw a really interesting t-shirt, a group of girls wearing t-shirts in a service station in England once, and the t-shirt said, City girls slip and slide, Durham girls grip and ride. And I thought, what do they mean by that?
What's the city?
I don't know.
Newcastle?
Yeah, but I think, is Durham not also a city? It's got a cathedral,
It's got a cathedral.
Yeah. It is technically a city, but I mean, it's fucking tiny.
It's small. But like if it was Newcastle, it would be like Toon girls, right? Like that would be more. You'd know who they were talking about.
And do they slip and slide versus the grip and ride? I mean, what one of those is better?
It does sound like both.
Yeah, it really depends on your preference.
They're both pretty sexy sounding.
I have a feeling that they were on their way to like the Young Farmers do in Blackpool. We were close there.
Oh, they're County Durham, maybe.
Oh, that changes things, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if anything, grip and ride sounds a bit scary. Like grip what? It sounds like aggressive.
I think they mean your penis.
What are they riding in that case?
Your penis. They're gripping with their vagina.
The way cats sort of lock on.
Yeah.
Well, most farmers have barbed penises in the UK. We know that.
Yeah. The incredibly intricate vaginas of the farmers' wives.
I would just like our listeners to know that I am physically here. There's just not a microphone for me. Thank you so much.
Alder is here, everybody.
Silencing women again.
See Liam at the Fringe. I've seen all of their shows at the Fringe.
Yeah.
Wow, you are the glue that holds this factory together.
That's right.
I'm physically and audibly not allowed on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although you saw mine last night and it was dog shit. Well, the audience were so knocked. Do you know, I actually got someone.
I was losing my mind laughing. I was like, when you were reprimanding the audience, I was like, has to be a bit. Everybody
No, there was like
vibrating. What is a usual crowd?
there was a quarter of the. I was like, there, user with me, this front quarter, and the rest of the 3 quarters. I think I was just tired, and I said to them, I was like, listen, I'm not going to die Mars on my own show, you cunts. You better buck up your ideas. That's not a great thing to say.
Bit of grip and ride.
I would have very happy to be like, great show, terrible audience. But it was like, we were fully on board.
You know that way when you just like, I think I was projecting because I felt so shit. Yeah, I felt so tired.
I've threatened to kill myself so many times the other day.
Yeah, it's called the podcast.
But I just want you to know that was
Close enough.
I had the opposite of that when I was doing the Cat Last Festival in Kilkenny, where I had a pretty decent gig, and then later on I was because the town is so small, you're in the pub with all the people who were at the show invariably.
No thanks.
And and you know, Irish people love to come up to you and they think they're being nice. And they'll and this old guy and his wife came up to me and he was like, I saw your gig earlier there. I just wanted to say they weren't your crowd.
You're like, I thought it went well.
Yeah. And he's like, but they weren't used to that sort of London humour. It's a bit sophisticated. And then I was like, I'm going to wind him up. So then I was like, oh no, I thought it went well. And then his wife leaned in and went like, no, you were grand. They just didn't get it.
They're making some quite subtle artistic sort of points there.
I'm going to assume stuff like that is probably why the Troubles happened. Do you know, this is why sectarian violence exists.
Well, that's why I went out and bought that orange T-shirt after that.
Because you thought, I'll show you who's passive aggressive. I'm going to build a big fire.
Yeah. Oh, okay, here's a bit for you. Three guys from like the States or something on a tour of Ireland, and for a lark, they've dressed up as the Irish tricolour, one colour each, and then one of them gets separated from the group.
That's nice. That's nice. That happened in the US for one of the places in the US that goes ape shit for St. Patrick's Day. Like coloured everything orange because
I think it was Chicago.
Yeah, like
they dyed the river orange.
They dyed the river orange. They were like for St. Patrick, and it was just such a good example.
Do you know, it might be green, right? And do you know the interesting thing about that is that, or it might not be. There's a place that they dye the river green, and it's actually
Boston, isn't it?
It's the Plumbers Union that do that. The Plumbers Union do that, and it's because it was an accident. What they actually do is when you're looking for like leaks and drains and stuff like that, you put this stuff down it. As a former plumber, put this stuff down it, and it's lime green, and you can see the water running clear. And they just emptied a load of that stuff, and the river went green. People were like, oh, it must be for St. Patrick's Day coming up. And that's why every year the Plumbers Union are the people who dye the river green with all their stuff.
Wow.
Something interesting.
They call it St. Patty's Day in America, which I think should be met with violence.
I don't like that.
It's because they don't. Their D's are all T's, right? When they say things.
Paddies.
So they heard Paddy and they've gone, oh, with T's.
Yeah.
Like dentist for them is like Dennis.
Or they're big Doug fans. Remember that show? Patty Mayonnaise. A real dreamboat of a girl.
Was your first crush was Patty Mayonnaise?
Yeah, I was like, Doug knows what's
Sounds like
up.
something you'd order at the kebab shop.
Yeah.
I love it
Patty
when
Mayonnaise
people...
boss.
Yeah. When people like accidentally blunder into a sectarian debate they knew nothing about.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about like the surprising number of like British Albanian pop stars with my ex, and then I was saying to her about Rita Ora, and then I left for work, and then she googled it, and I got text from her and she goes, actually Rita Ora is not Albanian, she's from Kosovo, and I was like, shut the Ark of the Covenant. You cannot walk into this one. You have no idea what you just said.
You've just gone into a certain pub and said, is anyone else here a big fan of The Crown?
Yeah.
You meant the TV show. But... Oh man. Did you watch Doug? I've never.
I watched
Doug.
that.
Yeah, we were a big Doug house.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this is.
Doug,
I feel
the
like
girl
I've entered a
remember
parallel
Doug.
universe.
He had a little green jumper and he was bald, I think.
Yeah,
and he was a child.
Well,
it was a
wasn't
cartoon.
bald.
It was a cartoon.
Was he not
He had the
bald?
little
No, it
lines.
just had short hair. But that's how you're going to draw short hair. You
The
have to
male
draw wee bits of hair.
baldness child.
Yeah.
His neighbor was that inventor with the purple skin.
Hello,
Douglas.
Skeeter was
Sorry,
his friend.
every new detail about this show makes me feel more and more like I have a fever and I'm not awake.
They're all multicolored and stuff. It's not
Yeah.
like
You remember
Yeah.
this guy?
Yeah,
No,
the-
his purple friend, the inventor.
This is how like all new comedians dress now.
Yeah, that is true. That is so true.
That's literally how Vittorio Angeloni's dressing this minute.
He's Doug Maxey.
And
And his purple friend, Mike Rice.
and the evil guy was green and had ginger hair.
Skeeter.
Roger.
Yes.
No, Skeeter was his friend. Roger.
Roger was the evil one.
Roger was.
And he had a leather jacket.
Yeah,
That's how you knew he was
you knew
dangerous.
He was a cool guy. Misunderstood in some ways.
And there's that hottie patty mayonnaise.
You
Good
there
one.
watching, really identifying hard with Roger.
I was like, this guy's got a golden soft centre, but a really tough, hard exterior.
I think Doug should book a trip to Turkey to get that hairline sorted because it's not looking good for our Douglas.
We've got Doug. He's here. He's getting the transplant.
Doug is one of those shows that I watched loads as a kid, and I cannot tell
Dubbed
you.
into Zulu.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Doug.
Yeah.
Lowercase I, capital D, Doug.
Yeah.
That would be the Doug.
Is
I
that like
guess.
an article? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's an article. I couldn't tell you what a single fucking episode is about and what the point of it was. He was just like at high school and like trying to have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think it was like similar to Hey Arnold, I think.
There's another one where you just go, well, what was the point in any of that?
Helga Pataki, another dreamboat.
Yeah.
Another dreamboat.
He's got the surname down.
Absolutely. Polish heritage. Beautiful lady.
I can't remember so many things that I need to. I can't even remember my show at this point at the Fringe, but I can
Helga
remember
Pataki.
the names and surnames of cartoon characters that I've not seen in decades.
The opening scene of Hey Arnold should have been his mother dying in childbirth because what the fuck?
Because of his big round head.
An absurd head, like a rugby ball, like a crescent moon.
Do you remember how fucking sick his bedroom was?
Oh, it was cool, yeah. He had a lot of cool, like,
I never
things
fucked Hey
removed.
Arnold. I never got that lucky.
we all fucked Hey Arnold.
He went head first on me. It was insane.
Like handles for you, right?
Yeah.
Hey Arnold, we literally have a character.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
His room had like a skylight. It was like a kind of New York attic room and like really high bookshelves that went up to a full skylight above his bed.
And so Olga, I think, bullied him, but I think they secretly loved each other. And she was.
That was Helga.
That's Helga.
God damn it.
Wait,
Liam, do you not know anything about this
Yes,
fucking
not. Wait,
show?
so there was a character called Olga and a character called Helga?
You're really
Yes.
exposing your own ignorance here, Liam.
Yeah, I know.
mean, come on.
You come on to the Hey Arnold pod and you're just playing fast and loose with these Slavic names.
What you were saying earlier about the way that Doug dresses, and that's how all the new comedians dress. Have you guys ever done Hyde Park Book Club in Leeds?
Yeah,
Yes.
Because it's basically just like a bar where all the Leeds students hang out. And so one time I'm doing a show there, and it is just full of like 20-year-olds who aren't coming to my show. They're just like at the bar or whatever. And everyone was dressed like Jim from Garfield. And it's like the first time I felt truly old. I'm like, I'm so confused. This is like how your granddad used to dress. Like, why is this cool now?
Yeah, everyone is dressed as a mixture of like the railway children and Spanish exchange student visiting London with like
They've got the English first backpack on.
they've got an
That's
English
really
first backpack
trendy,
on,
yeah.
but like everyone's wearing like a kind of pastel colored, very thin wind cheater. A baseball hat and like wire rim glasses.
Like the Unabomber.
That's just everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's dressed like they're in a disguise, but in an 80s film.
Yeah.
Do you guys shop in Uniqlo?
I can't shop on the high street.
Yeah.
I have to get my clothes from like freak.net.
You're on that website that Big John promotes. Clothing.co.uk.
Jimmy, I have to get all my clothes from like thighs.com. It's I can't buy it.
To go on your clothing sites, you have to do the Keir Starmer age verification.
Freak.net and thighs.com. These are so horny websites.
That's not what it looks like. So I have to go for my clothes.
Clothes for large men. I had to order my suit that I'm wearing on stage this year from like I'm a fucking big boy.com or whatever, like from Bad Rhino. Giant suit from the
Bad Rhino.
Bad Rhino.
It's where like bouncers get their suits. You know who else gets their clothes from Bad Rhino? Emmanuel Sanubi.
Wow.
You're into
He's
it.
not that massive, is he?
He's fucking giant.
Emmanuel Sanubi, you crazy?
No. But he's muscly and he's reasonably tall. But he's not like he doesn't strike me as he'd be too big to fit into the larger end
his
of men's
arms won't
clothing
fit
you could
into
buy.
anything.
His arms are huge and shoulders, and also it's about proportions, right? Where, like, you don't want to look like you've got like your like a kind of tent-like suit from like Giacomo.
Yeah.
The arms are like bursting out because they don't think that anyone that wide can have big arms. No, it's no.
I got told off when I was buying a suit for having too muscly of an upper body, and it meant that no suits would fit me. And I was like, I'll take it.
That's the craziest flex I've ever heard in my life.
It was pissing off my girlfriend no end. Multiple like suit ladies kept saying this to me, and I was like, yeah,
I'll take it. I'll buy another one.
Can you write that down for me? Can I get that on headed paper from Xenia?
What kind of sexy suit compliment factory did you go to? What was
fatcockdaddy.com.
Yeah.
I spent slightly too much. Yeah. I spent slightly too much money on a suit.
Okay.
Not like Riley money,
No,
but
no,
like
no.
$1,000.
Oh, I got done by that. I
That's
got
a
done by
lot.
that once. We were going to a wedding in Cyprus, and I needed a kind of light suit. And I went into I'd left it too late. My wife was like, Hugo Boss do nice suits. And I was like, okay. So I went in, and she went online.
Yeah.
Right? And then I went into the shop, and I was talking away to the guy, and he was showing me things, and he was being really nice. And he was like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I do a bit of stand up. He's like, oh, have you ever been on TV? And I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I have been on TV. And he was like, oh, I've got other clients that are on TV. You know, like the weatherman, the Scottish weatherman. And I'm like,
Weatherman.
yeah, the weatherman. He also a
God,
wrestler.
being a Scottish weatherman's a horrible job, isn't it?
Easy job.
Rain again.
Constantly, you're like the scapegoat for everything.
Our main weather person, Judith Ralston, is like the nation's like MILF, basically.
Yeah, she's big MILF on campus. A lot of
The
Scotland
MILF
stats.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was in the BBC building like a month ago, and she saw it. I've not seen her for years. She was like, "Love the hair," and I was like, "Love you." You're so everyone loves you, Judith. But yeah, I bought this fucking
It's kind of
suit.
like Carol Vorderman energy she has, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But when he took me downstairs to ring up the suit, and he rang up the shoes first, I was like, I'm in trouble, man.
And you didn't feel confident enough to say that like, this is too much.
I was too deep in.
You
I was
were-
like,
you
I
were
can't
too-
back
too
out
deep.
now.
I'm
Do you know
going
what
to
I
take
mean?
one shoe, I'm going to hop.
Yeah. Have a cast on.
When the shoes were 200 plus, I was like, I'm in deep trouble here.
Yeah, you're not looking forward to seeing how much the fucking jacket
Does the suit
costs.
still fit because you've bulked out a bit?
Yeah,
in the
no,
last
it
couple of
doesn't
years?
fit anymore, no. And the
Ah,
first time I put it on, my wife laughed at me because she thought it was a joke suit.
What?
I was
What,
like,
like the
Oh,
Batman
no.
suit that guy on Tron Square wears?
You shop at the Hugo Boss Secret Collection. They're like, well, we do have some special items out the back for the special customers.
Yeah, it's got real cool armbands on it.
We have our bunker range downstairs.
This one is very wide through the side. If you have quite large sizes.
A lot of lightning bolts that are very close together on it. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's
Double
a-
the speed.
It's a Harry Potter range, yeah.
Why did you think it was a joke? The pattern or what?
It's because it's so close to like a blue denim, and she thought I came down wearing a denim suit,
right,
and I
right.
was like, "Oh no!"
I'd
She
say
laughed
That would have
at
been
me.
awesome.
If you've spent $1,000 on a suit, probably the last reaction you want people to have is
It's
that a
instantly
joke?
laugh. Yeah. Yeah. It looked so good, but I was just like, she's laughed at me straight away, and all my confidence in it is gone immediately.
Fuck. What are you going to say about Uniqlo?
Oh, I was just they're making one in Glasgow. I just wanted to know if it was good or not.
Oh,
That's-
I
that was
buy
it.
all my stuff from there.
Oh,
yeah,
is
the,
it good?
the quality is good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
it's
maybe
nice.
get-
This is Uniqlo.
Because
The,
I
the
was
thread count on this.
I'm wearing like vests at this point. I'm like, I need to get some t-shirts again, man. I don't know where all my
I
clothes
like
go.
it like a t-shirt's a bit formal.
Yeah.
When I'm dressing up, I'll put a
You're
t-shirt.
veering wildly between Hugo Boss and I
Yeah.
need some t-shirts.
Yeah.
It's really incredibly
It's either
dramatic.
£1,000 suit or no sleeves.
My life is so wild, man. You would believe how unorganized everything is on a daily basis.
That's an incredibly like 1930s like way to dress, where it's like I've got my one suit for church that costs most of my money,
Yeah.
and I'm in a vest the rest of the time.
Yeah, other than that, it's just long johns with a flap on the ass.
Yesterday I was wearing a pair of boxers that have like a hole in the arse. The arse is ripped
Yesterday,
out.
Rosco was wearing a barrel with 2 straps over each side.
I would love to dress like that. And then instantly, at my own whim, I could just go down a waterfall, do you know? To escape danger.
Safely.
Yeah.
You can always go down one.
Fringe audience is just being like, God, these Scottish comedians, they're so gritty. It's amazing. It's stuffing up here. It's wonderful, isn't it, Keith?
Yeah.
The subtext of the barrel. He's literally in a barrel of booze.
Because it's like whiskey.
Fascinating. Yeah, really great.
I wanted to do a thing about how the Fringe feels like Prometheus, you know, and like every day, you know, an eagle turns up and pecks my liver away. But then I thought people would think I'm calling myself a god, and I just was like, I don't want people to think that either. But sometimes I feel like a god. I feel like Poseidon when when you're in the shower and there's like a pube or a bit of soap, and you move your hand into the water and it creates like a kind of cannon, and you move stuff with it. That makes me feel really good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that.
You've never done that?
You never done that?
I don't think so.
Never done it washing a spider down the plug hole?
No, I would take the shower off, I think, and spray it directly.
You've never
Get out here with your practical
I
solutions.
don't know how to explain that, but that feels a bit girly.
Using your brain instead of just your body.
Listen, I've just never been exposed to it, but I'm certainly going to try it out tomorrow. I might have a second shower today just to give it a go.
Yeah, you need to let us know how it goes, because it kind of shoots off your pinky if your hand is like that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay,
It's good.
interesting. I've got the water pressure in my shower is pretty fucking good, by the way.
Oh, that's a flex.
Yeah. You could actually put back a protest just by doing that. With your
Dr. Manhattan.
I always hate those like adverts you get, and it's like, oh, this shower head will make your water pressure better. It doesn't work like that.
That's not how pressure works.
But so those shower heads that have the little like baubles in it, are they bullshit?
Yeah, of course they're bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, aren't they supposed to make the water soft? Isn't that the point of those?
None of that can happen.
This is Plumbing Live with Rosco McClelland, so we're
None of
any
that
more
can
plumbing.
happen.
Is the logic just like we've made a shower head with such tiny little fucking piss holes that it's going to come out much faster?
I
And
thought that
that's
makes
basically
sense to me in
Or
my
at
head.
higher pressure anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't technically work like that though. It's not. I wouldn't. Don't bother with it.
Yeah.
You could get massive on Instagram by like debunking plumbing myths. You know how you see those guys have got like 1 million followers and their content is so niche. And you're just like reacting to plumbing stuff and going like, oh, that's not going to work. That's
Well,
all right.
Roscoe's online career actually began with Plumbing Live on Facebook, which was way before TikTok. It was before TikTok even existed.
I was
It
there
was
at the
before
start.
Reels.
It was you and Paul Smith on Facebook Live.
I was putting a sink in, calling someone a pedo.
Asking a spider where he's from.
Yeah, I used to love Plumbing
I think
Live.
Paul's a lovely guy.
And also we watched Roscoe install a bidet on Twitch, I remember.
Yeah. I'm talking about my show where I installed what do you call it? A radiator cover, and then someone was taking screenshots of my feet and putting them up on wikifeet.com.
No shit.
And I was like, what the? But actually, it was 5 stars. I was like, that's really good.
That's great.
Yeah, really good. I've got really nice feet.
Are you boys on WikiFeet?
Not to my knowledge.
I was once, I don't know if I'm on WikiFeet, but there was a time, this was like a long time ago, like 2018, there was some guy who was like a foot guy, and he was like also obsessed with like kind of like online irony left comedy podcasts. And he put a picture of he had an Instagram page, and he put up a picture of my feet and a picture up of Andrew Law's feet from Bunta Vista, like we're just like zoom ins from Instagram. And the page was called Feety McFeet Face.
They've ruined it with that name.
Yeah.
They should have called it thighs.com or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Now I'm into that.
Feet.com, where you go for your shoes.
Yeah. You just have to type in body parts and a sort of suffix, .com, .net, GeoCities. I'll find it.
.kz.
Yeah, .tumblr, gloves.tumblr. That's where I get my gloves.
The Big Boys Tumblr is a very different vibe.
Yes.
I miss a good GeoCities website or like a .tk. That was the easier times.
.tk, what's that?
Yeah.
It was somewhere that would, where was .tk from? It was like
Turkmenistan,
Or
maybe?
Tajikistan or something.
It was like it was some place like an island. They were like, "Hey, we will let you. It costs money to do this, but we will let you make these websites if you just put .tk and you can have the domain for free."
Oh,
It was a
okay.
great time to be alive.
Because apparently most of the GDP of Tuvalu is selling the .tv domain name
And stamps.
Wow.
and stamps.
Yeah. If you're a freaky, weird little country and you make your own stamps, collectors will pay a fucking shit ton because they're so niche.
If you're a freaky, weird little country.
Yeah, you think the post is almost defunct in Tuvalu. You can just take it round.
Just for collectors.
Yeah. Like if you don't need to send a letter, just walk over there.
The Isle of Man makes money from stamps and coins for that reason.
Are they not just Royal Mail? Is it not?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we have our own.
Yeah.
We have our own stamps and
Man
coins.
mail.
Man mail.
Yeah.
Is it a tax
Coin.
haven, Isle of Man, as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So they probably don't need
Why do you think Pierre?
they don't need the big stamp like money coming in.
It all helps. It all helps. It's not a fun tax haven though. It's not like an Epstein Caribbean one. It's more like a thatched cottage, never stops raining.
They have the big
Epstein's thatched cottage.
Epstein's Highland Bothy.
Come down to Epstein's Island Bothy.
It's impossible to convince any sexy girls to come with you to your windswept Highland.
Making a bunch of teenage girls race motorbikes at dangerously high speed for the entertainment of all of the most venal paedophiles. They've gone beyond sexual abuse and they're now into this kind of most dangerous game. Which of the girls will survive 180 mile an hour crash on a hairpin bend?
Epstein offering Bill Clinton some Kendall mint cake after their long hike.
They're so light, they can go even faster. The delicate touch on the handlebars.
Yeah.
I like Kendall. That's
nice.
the thing that I like. Yeah.
The town or the cake?
Well, I don't know if I've had the cake, but the town.
I wouldn't
is good.
recommend it. The
town is
cake.
nice.
I've not been to the town, I don't think.
Town is nice. The cake is... It's a block of mint flavored sugar, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it actually does. That
Yeah, you
sounds
sort of
alright.
like you feel like you're eating something that would fuel a camping stove.
Yeah, it looks like a hexamine block. It does have that kind of translucent white, like this is solidified.
Can
petrol.
everyone smell the incense thing that just exploded?
Yes.
I was losing my fucking mind. I thought Ewan was vaping. That's a leftover incense thing from the Hive, I assume.
Yeah.
And
God, they need it in there.
For the listeners, the Hive is a venue here at the Fringe, and it's got such a sort of generations of like student vomit.
Yeah, it smells like a ghost had diarrhea in there.
Yeah.
It's just never been cleaned ever. And it's been there for like 25. I mean, I used to drink there when I was 18, 19 years old, and it's just in the walls, and they clean it every morning. It's not like they don't clean it, but like it doesn't. They can't clean it.
Yeah. Well, it's just like damp, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
But isn't
it's
it
so wet in there? Like there's like puddles on the floor inside, and you're like, how is this?
You get a glass of water in it, you can taste Red Bull. From all the many years of Jaeger bombs.
It's like seasoning the glass. It's like a patina, like Italians who don't wash the coffee machine because it's got more flavour. Years of baked on Red Bull.
Having been in there as my venue for the last 3 years, my favourite little bit was they did have one of those like timed room spray things in my room, and every day just hearing it going off a wee bit, I was like, your existence is so sad. You're just fighting a battle that you'll never be able to win.
And would it interrupt your show? Would it come at any? You'd like do a punchline and it'd go. And
luckily, if I was lucky, between the numerous laughs, if we heard it, I'd have pointed it out. And it'd just be another laugh to add to the pile. The 12th of July bonfire of laughter that I like to bring to Edinburgh.
the 500-meter high wooden pallets of laughs.
That's next year's show. Do you know what? I was doing this thing at the Playhouse last week, like Forcing the Fringe, 3,000 people, right? And the guy who brought me on, the radio host who brought me on, he told the audiences, so this next guy is a Rangers fan, because we talked about it earlier, and I'd say about 75% plus maybe of the audience booed me before I walked on stage, and I've never laughed
Forth on the
harder.
Fringe is near Edinburgh, right? So it's not even like in the sort of Glasgow sectarian.
Yeah, it's like literally just down at the Playhouse, so it's like it was down at the Playhouse next to the stand, 3,000 people, all Edinburgh people, just locals just going boo, and I was like, fucking yes.
They're like, oh God, he's Scottish.
Boo! No.
Yeah. Bring out Milton Jones. He's lovely.
It was so cool. I panto-villained it as well.
That's
I
good.
just thought,
Great.
I walked in, I was like, God, that's a long walk for the wings to the centre of the stage, innit? But don't worry, I got my marching practice in last month.
Coming out playing a tin whistle. They're the only group in history who've managed to make the tin whistle threatening, I think.
I wouldn't call it. I mean, there's a slight difference. A tin whistle's, up and down, but the more Protestant flute is very much sideways. So that's the that's the thing. We're a sideways flautist.
Do they not have the up and down ones as well?
It's mostly sideways for us.
Okay.
Yeah. We just like to do it whatever the Irish are doing, we'll do it differently. You'll never catch me playing a flute up and down the way. Tell you that.
They've got a violin, we'll have a double bass. On wheels, marching with it.
Just an orange man with like mirrored shades and a synth around his neck, just fucking going full like John Carpenter soundtrack.
Jean-Michel Jarre joining the fucking Orange March.
I guess the Irish drum is like the kind of the bodhran, you know, and then we're like, no, we'll have the Lamberg, a bigger drum that only a big fat man can carry. And we'll make it gigantic and fuck their shitey wee drums. Man. That's strange.
That
strange
big
culture.
drum is really like Roman galley. That's what I think when I see it.
It's they're not messing about with that drum.
Yeah. When a drum gets big enough, it starts to take on a sort of like 300 quality.
That's what I mean.
Like sort of absurd, but like beyond even like actual Roman galley and getting into the realms of like stylized noir ancient world.
Roll for your lives, men.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I wonder how those people who play that kind of thing are going to get on with like a kind of they will get an RSI eventually.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And do you think that at the end of their lives they'll go, it was worth it? Well, they're crippled with carpal tunnel syndrome and arthritis and stuff.
Do you do a warm up? Like you would warm up maybe if you were a pianist or something doing a concert, but do you do a warm up? Do they do stretches?
I don't think any of them have stretched in their lives, to be honest. I've seen them. I've seen a few of them. I'm like, there's no stretching.
Have you been on a march?
I've not been on a march. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they used to come past my house when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I would stand at the window and watch it. You know, and go like, oh, look at that. But it was mostly just really drunk people following it along, following
Like
all over the
trailing
place.
it.
Yeah, that's it. It's basically like a kind of an excuse to go out and get smashed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's all it is.
So there's like a Pied Piper aspect to it.
Yes. The Pied Piper of alcoholics.
Alcoholics following the sound of the flute music like a cartoon character wafting along the smell of a pie on a windowsill.
That's funny
Drifting along.
because St. Patrick was that was his whole thing. He used the pipe to follow the snake. So maybe St. Patrick was the original Orangeman.
Well, he wasn't Irish.
Who, St. Patrick?
Yeah.
Well,
He was Scottish,
Turkish,
wasn't
right?
he?
No. He was from either Wales or Cumbria.
Okay.
He was a slave. The Irish kidnapped him as a slave. He escaped.
Wow.
Yeah. They enslaved him as a shepherd or something.
All of a sudden, the Irish aren't sounding too good here. This podcast.
This is flute music to your ears.
I'm turning the tide. I'm turning it around.
No, they kidnapped him, and then he was a slave there for a bit. He escaped, and then he was such a nice, Christian guy that he was like, I'm going to go back because they were all horrible and pagan, and they were going to go to hell. So I'll go back and save their souls.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, he's not Irish.
I can't remember if on
St. George was from Anatolia.
Right.
Anatolian Greek.
Okay. Yeah.
The Turks weren't a thing at that point.
Of course.
Yeah.
Very few of the saints are from the place that they're the saint of, right?
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen often.
Yeah. I don't know if this was like years and years ago on Balthazar Speedboat, but I have some recollection of a guest asking to explain the troubles, like an international guest. And I thought about it for a second and I was like, right, well, in 400 AD, there were these people called the Picts, right? It's like you literally have to go back that far.
Yeah, it's a long walk for where it is now. There's a lot of stuff happened for really just a Rangers and Celtic game at this point.
It's like Hadrian's Wall, small domino, big domino, Jerry Adams tweeting about naked trampolining with his dog. Like, there's so many dominoes in between.
I think that's about right.
Speaking of Greek, have you seen the place that was Burrito and Shake on the
It's
thing?
already something new.
It became like Henry's Fried Chicken or something in the last 2 months, and now it's gone Greek. Now it's a Greek place again already.
is it?
How are you pronouncing the Greek snack that is the chicken wrap? Because I heard a crazy one the other day, right?
Yeah.
So it's spelled Gyros.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I used to say gyros. Now I say gyros.
Right?
Yeah. Euros is correct, but I would say gyros because we're speaking English and
I heard someone say-
it feels like going like Barcelona.
I heard someone say Heros. And I was like, there's far too many potential
Come on now.
pronunciations.
No.
Oh my God, Bob's Blunderbuss. Was it Heroes at the Hive?
God.
What's in that space now?
You couldn't eat a Heroes at the Hive. That would be disgusting. God, that's like added seasoning. Eating food in the hive.
It tastes like Red Bull.
Yeah,
like taking a packed lunch into the fucking sewer and having it there for the atmosphere.
Again, it's 1930s behaviour.
The hive
We
feels
work on the sewer. We sit the sun. We have packed lunches.
Got our
The sandwiches have turned brown
pastrami
somehow.
sandwiches.
Of course, actually, I really like the idea and the imagery in my brain of taking a packed lunch into the sewer and kind of rummaging around down there and just having a wee lunch with me.
Like a ninja turtle.
Yeah, that's how you kind of kill me. Like, fuck, I'm
You're
under
a
the
man
ground.
of the sewer, though. I mean, a former plumber and just a general sort of rodent boy. Like,
I love getting underground. That's when I go to London and get on the tube. I'm like, fuck, I'm like a mole. This is so cool, man.
like a mole.
Yeah, I love it.
Have you ever been to like an abandoned tube station or anything?
No,
You would love that.
All the ones I've been to have been,
Used.
yeah. I was going to say abandoned, but I know that. But then I was like, that's not how that word works.
Yeah. When you go through a really busy bit of town, you go, this is so abandoned today. Fucking hell. There's people everywhere.
Last time I was in London, there was a man who decided to stop. It was just like a few weeks ago, and it was when it was so hot. And I booked a hotel with no aircon. So I was just lying there sweating on top of the covers, big pools of sweat, and a guy was like performatively screaming at 2 a.m. He wasn't screaming in pain, or I would have helped him. He was going for like an hour. It was so cool.
When you say performatively, what do you think he was trying to achieve?
Attention.
Right.
Was he outside?
Yeah, and he was getting it because I could hear people going, "Shut up, you wanker!" down the road and all that. I was like, "This is cool, man."
It's great when London lives up to itself for a visitor. People are like, oi, oi. Fucking hell, give it a rest, you Wally.
The first time I went to London, there was a guy screaming in the street, like, well, just like shouting. And you know when you're like, oh, he's going, this is for me, do you know? And it was in like Leicester Square. But then I recognised that he had a Scottish accent, and I turned around and I was like, what? And he was like, oh. And it was a kind of, where are you from? Kind of thing, do you know? And he was a homeless man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just had this waves for Dundee. And I was like, all right. What are you doing down here? And he's like, and I was like, all right, I'll see you later. And it was really nice. And I thought,
That was, there used to be a sort of hacky line about all the homeless in London being Scottish.
well, this is the thing. I was very aware of that. And I was like, God, it's true.
Yeah. Did you
So
feel
then-
represented?
In a way, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, at least we're doing our bit down here.
I moved down here to be a stand-up comedian.
Oh, no. Oh, did you
No,
do
I
the
eat my
Leicester
lunch in
Square
the
New
sewer.
Act of the Year competition as well, did you?
If you crash out, they have to live in Leicester Square. That's the rule.
Yeah. He opens his shirt to reveal a tattered T-shirt that says, "So you think you're funny, semi-finalist 2014." You're like, God, my God, man.
It was me and Jimmy Carr.
I don't know why that seems to be the two stereotypes of London is like the people who are from Scotland are either the homeless guys or like very rich people or people in like the government.
Yeah.
Those are the two exports.
Most
Very
it's-
extreme.
Sometimes if I see someone on Grand Designs who's Scottish, I'm
Yeah.
like, you're a fucking traitor, mate. You're a traitor.
Do you think you'd ever live in England?
Yeah, there's loads of bits of England that I think are really cool. There's some, I actually
Kendall.
I think England's one of the craziest fucking countries I've ever been to. I was just like in the outskirts of Manchester one day and just existing during like a Saturday, and I was like, there's loads of fucking mad shit going on here.
Yeah.
It's just
There's some
crazy.
mad towns for sure.
Yeah.
What was it, Stockport or something?
I don't know. It was like top of Manchester, north east of Manchester. And then one time I picked MacArthur Boyd up and like I don't know, I was in Stafford doing a curb gig, and then he was in like Stoke on Trent or something like that, just above it. And I was like,
classy part of the world. Stoke
yeah,
on
I was
Trent.
like, I'm coming past that. I'm driving home. Do you want me to just swing off the motorway and pick you up? And I stopped. He was like, oh, and then just a guy came down on a bike in the middle of town centre, done a big skid. They went, don't go up there, lads, you'll get banged out. And then fucked off.
That is so true about Stoke on Trent. You can say that on any street. Stoke on Trent is the only place I have seen a man get knocked spark out at 6 p.m. on a Sunday. I'm like, how is anyone drunk enough for this already?
No one warned him not to go up there, and he got banged out. That's what happened. In Manchester is where the first time a drug dealer pulled up on the side of the street to me and gave me his business card, which
Well, that's good.
that was it.
just
That's
Like,
nice.
all right, mate, and then just handed me a card with his details, his Instagram.
What
thing
does
on
that say about you, the vibe you're radiating on the street?
Was there like a fun little slogan on it, like "Mad for it?" ?
No, it
Want
just-
to be.
It just had his Instagram handle, and that was how you were to contact him.
Wow,
Some
such hard
maracas.
it's so difficult to solve these crimes if you're the police. All you
yeah,
have is
yeah.
an Instagram handle and
I gave you all the clues, Mr. Policeman.
all you have is the Instagram handle and 8 fucking miles of CCTV leading back to the guy's fucking house with his license plate number and
God, thank God they don't solve them though.
Yeah.
Good God, those people are doing God's work.
Yeah,
When I was in, actually, this just reminded me of the same trip to Stoke on Trent. One of my mates moved there after uni for some reason. I mean, I could explain it, but it's such a long story. And he's like a posh guy from Bristol, but he had some like relatives, like cousins who are from Stoke.
Yeah.
And they're all like proper builders.
Yeah, yeah,
like they are hard men of thick wrists. This kind of, and we were like out with them, and then I'm just kind of making conversation with this cousin who bizarrely is sort of like dressed like Pete Doherty, despite being like the hardest man I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then and then at one point I just go like, "Oh mate, the pints are so cheap," and then he leans across the table, conspiratorial, and he goes, "There's a place in Stoke. You can get a pint for £2.80. And then there's a pause and he goes, "Mind you, son, it's not for you." And then there's a pause and he goes, "It's not even for me."
That's so beautiful.
that's such self-awareness. That's really nice.
It's just people noticing people and try to help. Do you
Yeah.
know? I think that's great.
When I moved down to, I live in Leith, and that's changed a lot over the last sort of 10, 15 years. When I first moved there, it was all scary pubs you wouldn't go in with like bars over the window and stuff.
Because it's quite near a football ground, right?
Yeah,
So you get a lot of the football-
Easter Road is there, and
yeah, yeah.
it's just, I mean, Leith was the punchline for years. It was like the sort of shitty place that everyone made fun of, and now it's bougie, right? Now it's all like nice coffee shops and board game cafes.
Should we go on the train spotting tour?
Yeah. I remember when I first moved there, me and some like guys from uni was like, "Oh, let's go to the local pub," and we went in, and it was proper like music, like record scratch.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
you don't look like you're from around here, boys. And we had half a pint and then run the fuck away because it was so scary. And we're not like, you know, we're a little bit bougie, I guess. We're a university, but we're from working class areas, but still was like, this is fucking terrifying. And that pub is now called the something Tap. Where everything is £8.
Anything that ends in tap, you're immediately like. I feel like you don't obviously look like a huge pussy in the way that I do. I'm interested that like I feel like you'd have to start talking first.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Roscoe, who looks like a bigger pussy out of me and Milo? Because I've got the long hair, and at this point I was 18 years old.
No, but you've got long hair and the long hair and the beard. It's got more of a like.
To be fair though, at this point I was 18 years old. I had bleached blonde hair.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll do
If
it.
you watch Liam's
Let's not
set,
talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
there's a certain video of Liam
Let's
that
not talk
exists
about
on
that.
the internet,
Roscoe, I will
and
kill
if you see
I will actually kill you. I will cut your throat in your sleep.
if you see that
I
guy,
will.
I'm not going to say what it is or what it is, right? But if you see that guy and imagine him going into a pub in Leith, you're like, he's going to get his fucking head
I can
kicked in.
immediately know what the source of this video is because the fact that it's still up there tells me the origin.
Yes.
But then it's difficult because if you had bleached blonde hair, but in this situation, you going into a pub, do you have like nice loafers on like now? It's like white socks.
I mean, it would sort of depend. The loafers thing is kind of new. I've become a loafers guy recently. Yeah.
It's very trendy, but I think that's exactly why it's
I
a
got
sign for the predator.
I
who's
got
looking.
a lot of grief for the shoes in Ireland. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
boy. That's a country where people are concerned about being called gay. Let me tell you. And clearly I wasn't concerned enough.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't?
I did start to notice a pattern when all the most sort of creative and eccentric and sort of exuberant Irish people just kept having to move to England because if they dressed in a crazy way, they were just going to get fucking torn to bits by everyone.
But
everyone they encountered.
in quite a like friendly,
Of course, it's all
avuncular way.
very- it's all
Like I
very
should
fun.
say, I really liked Ireland, but yeah, it's sort of funny. Like you're never safe from having the absolute
No.
piss ripped out of you. You can just be standing having a fag outside and drive by like whatever you look like.
But it's that seen that thread online of like, what have Irish people said to you when you tried to be cool and fashionable? And it's just this long list of like fucking roasts that you get from like the fucking postman.
Yeah, being called like Super Mario or whatever because you got a hat on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some guy tried to pay for something with a smartwatch and he got called Inspector Gadget for like the rest of the day.
But then, yeah.
Like it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That still freaks me out though. I have people paying like, you know, we do a bucket at the end of the show and with the card reader, when people tap their watch on the card card reader, I just think, just go and fuck yourself.
Yeah. All right, Logan's Run.
I don't want your
Chill out,
money.
mate.
Come on.
Oh, is it future money?
Yeah.
There was
I don't
a
like
really-
paying in Bitcoin, is
I
it?
buy lasers with it.
There was a really good tweet about someone who moved from London to Glasgow, and she was wearing a beret on her first day. And she walks down the street, and someone leaned out a car window to go bonjour. And I love that. People make Glasgow.
Frankie had that joke about where someone did a drive-by, shout out to him and just shouted, it was winter, and shouted, gloves, you prick.
Was that because he was wearing gloves or because he wasn't?
It's because he was wearing gloves,
okay,
and they were
yeah.
like, you're a pussy for wearing gloves.
Right, okay. Because if he's not wearing gloves, it's almost matronly.
Yeah.
You'll catch a cold.
Take care of yourself.
Gloves, you prick. Just make sure.
Well, Frankie, people are after you enough. Let's not let you lose you to frostbite.
What did people say about your loafers?
Well, so I had a few comments, mostly from comedians, to be honest. And then one day I was doing a gig, and it was like, because when that festival, it's all like tens. It's like really nice, but it's like surreal. It's sort of,
Festival of Tens.
yeah.
10
really
minute
strange.
spots for the listener.
And so we're on this like half one gig, and I was on second, and Dane Buckley was opening. Lovely guy. And Dane did really well. He was like crushing it, but he was doing what I can only describe as like the most aggressively I am gay set. Great set, but like it made it quite hard to follow.
Yeah.
Because he'd finished with like a song. He'd done like an Irish folk song, but where he'd changed the lyrics to be something about being gay. I might be garbling this, Dane, if you're watching, but it was something along those lines.
Sounds like a hard one to follow.
Yeah.
It's like,
And they're like people are
Was
like
it Galway gay or gay way gay or gay gay?
something like that. Yeah. Come out, you Southern mans. I don't know. Anyway, come on, you. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
the fields of Athenry, but gay.
The fields of Jack and Guys.
That's great. Yeah, well done. Yeah, thank you. All right, that's the end of the podcast. All right. Anyway, so
The feel of Jack and Guys.
there we go.
Put a last bit of polish on it.
Good work.
And so I'm like, and then, people are like clapping, people are going mental when he comes off stage, and I'm like, this is hard to follow at 1:40 p.m.
You're trying to follow like a customized set.
Yeah, and I'm like, so I have to reset the room and be like, my energy is not this.
So you walked on in your loafers, and they were like, oh, it's another gay guy.
Well, so I walked on in my loafers and I went, hi, I'm Milo Edwards. I'm not gay. It's just the shoes. And thank God that crashed.
Nice. Okay. And they immediately, that's a good way to dial into the energy.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love it when you've come up with a bit about the room that you just instinctively know will crush. Like I gigged at Norwich City Football Club once under the stands, like in a conference room. So the room was incredibly like thin, but incredibly wide. And like, so it was like 300 people, but like 4 rows deep. Absolutely mad setup. Like they had TV screens along the wall so that people on like the far sides could see.
That's insane.
Yeah. And so I get up there and I'm like, when I was booked for this gig, my agent said, do you want to gig in the widest room in Britain? And I was like, yeah, sure. How deep is it? Don't focus on the depth. But it's one of the widest rooms you'll ever gig in. And then I went, there's people in this room further to my right than Nigel Farage. And I don't think I'll ever have more fun than that.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
I need to gig in more wide rooms so I can trot that one out again.
The feeling of trying to crowbar an old improvised bit that worked once back into life.
Chasing the dragon.
Fucking
It was so good.
Stomping on its chest, trying to resuscitate
But have
it.
you ever tried, like you get a thought sometimes about the room or about the gig or something that's happened, and you think, oh, you have that feeling, this would be the perfect way to start because it's so in the room, and then for whatever reason it just doesn't land, and you've completely fucked the opening 5 minutes of your set.
Yeah, like
Awful.
last weekend where I opened the first Late and Live, and I talked about how big the lights in the room were. There was huge ceiling. Most of the ceiling was ceiling lights, and I talked about that, and nobody gave a fuck.
Oh
And I was
no.
like, oh, it's gonna be so you just want cock jokes, do you? I called a man who worked at a skate park a pedo. They loved it.
Yeah.
And
That's all they want.
I sighed into the microphone and said, "Is that the level? Is it?" And
I
like,
remember I saw John Hastings at a Fringe
Great
a few
start.
years ago, and he was doing a run at the festival and had written a big routine about how crazy it was doing a festival in a city that has a castle, and where he's from there aren't castles, and he had this big routine about Edinburgh Castle. And then the weekend after the Fringe, we were both doing breakneck comedy in Aberdeen, and he got there and he saw a big building and went, "Oh, that's a castle. I can do my castle routine." But it's not a castle. It's just a big church. So then he did his 10-minute routine about how Aberdeen has a castle to a room of the most confused Aberdonians ever. And he could not figure out why
Does it not have
landing.
a castle? That's quite unusual for a big city in the UK to not have a castle.
There are castles
somewhere.
near it. There's Donata Castle in Stonehaven, and then there's the one nearby that's Bram Stoker-based Dracula on as well. But they're not in the city centre. And he was literally fucking pointing in the direction of this big church. And,
okay, yeah.
and none of because of John's style, none of the audience were willing to interrupt him to correct him.
Listen, in my experience, a lot of Aberdonians are just confused in general anyway. Do you know?
Yeah.
I fucking hate going
They were
there.
also just pointing at the man from a different country going, "What is it?"
Yeah, I hate going there, man.
Where I'm from, they don't have oil rigs.
The radiation.
It's just something about it. I've never had a truly good gig in Aberdeen. And one of them, I done some Christmas gig, and then I got to I think it was 15 minutes or something like that. And it was terrible. And I was like, listen, sometimes these things don't work. Sometimes it's you, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's just never meant to be. And a guy stood up and went, "You know what, mate? You tried your best." And that got a big laugh. And I was like, "See, because you've done that, I'm doing another 5 minutes, you cunt." And I've done 5 minutes to the wall while people were so angry at me.
That almost feels like a supportive heckle.
Yeah,
So
wait.
something your nan would say.
It really was. I didn't want that at that point.
No.
It's like,
You're
don't
only
you support
competing
me
with yourself, pal.
Like, I don't like you. Don't you try and help me.
Someone came up to me after the Blue Lamp once just to ask if I was okay, which I think is the worst post-gig
Yeah.
check-in
Oh,
ever.
wow.
Just
Yep.
I just want to check that comedian's all right.
Yep. I got that after a corporate once.
Oh, God.
I died on my ass standing in front of an ice sculpture. The audience was about genuinely 70 meters away across a dance floor.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
no lighting particularly.
What, did they all have opera glasses?
They weren't trying to watch or listen.
No, of course.
The distance only enhanced their all pre-existing intention to
It
never
feels so
listen.
on the nose, like you dying on your ass in front of a slowly melting ice sculpture.
Exactly, yeah,
Like some sort of
exactly.
sculpture of Dorian Gray situation that you've got going on.
Every time I got a laugh, it froze up again and
Yeah.
it reversed slightly. Yeah.
Can I tell you about my corporate that I did in Bristol that was horrible? It was at Bristol
Please.
Museum, and I got in, and there was all round tables. It's in one of the main exhibit halls, so it's already terrible setup.
Yeah, sure.
And the microphone is, they have a DJ, and the
Great.
DJ is like a karaoke DJ booth. And
That is the weirdest exhibit at Bristol Museum, I have to say. The Museum of DJing, but that's very appropriate for Bristol. Yeah.
and they gave me his microphone,
Okay.
which had a tiny, shorter than this, so I had to sort of stand very, very close to this DJ booth, which was very far away from everybody. And because it was a karaoke DJ booth, every time you spoke into the microphone, it would change the color of the lights. So I had a sort of ongoing light show throughout the set, and it became very quickly apparent that because it was an old museum room, that the echo from the microphone speakers made it completely inaudible for the audience, which meant I then had to go off mic, but there was enough noise to keep the light show going.
It was like they were hearing the voice of God.
Which is overlapping sounds, right?
Overlapping
Which is
sounds,
so
I had to put the microphone down and
yeah.
sort of shout my set at just enough level that they could hear, but not enough that it would bounce off the walls. And I had a very bad 20 minutes. And at the end, a man put his hands up and said, he said, "I didn't want the comedy."
A man who's watched so much pornography that he goes into the shop and asks for big natural eggs.
Do you mean large? No.
Big milky eggs, please.
I need stepsister eggs, please.
Yeah.
Would you like a dozen? Just a pear is fine.
Yeah, it's a pair of eggs.